Good morning from Montrose Old St Andrew's Church, and welcome to our short thought for the day. I'm sure that at some time or another you've said, "I told you so." And yet none of us like to hear those words, do we? They tend to follow when we've been warned about pitfalls and we still manage to get ourselves into trouble. Frankly, we know when that happens and we don't need to be told by others. They maybe didn't mean to rub it in, but that's what it feels like. And in any case, it doesn't help us to get out of the hole that we've got ourselves into. Samuel had been very careful to warn his people about the pitfalls of appointing their own king in place of God. It would only lead to sorrow, and so it did. Not only did King Saul live it up, he rather lost the plot and became increasingly erratic. But though he might have been entitled to say it, Samuel didn't say, "I told you so." In fact, when approached about ousting the king, he's very reluctant. He had anointed Saul king. God's seal was on him. And so, while he grieves at the state of the monarchy, initially he isn't at all keen to have Saul removed. There might have been a thought of, God made the appointment, it's not for human beings to remove him. But as things got worse, and as he prayed, Samuel became clearer in his mind that God needed Saul replaced. Reluctantly, perhaps out of fear of what Saul might do to him if he found out, Samuel is guided to Bethlehem, to Jesse's family, and ultimately to the youngest son, David. Not judging by outward appearances or simply on age or experience, David is anointed king, though it would be several years before he took over from Saul. A reminder to us that doing the right thing is not simply what appears obvious or easiest to us, but being guided by God and prayer to further God's plans and purposes, with the reminder that God sees what is in our hearts and doesn't judge by outward appearances. David was going to have his major flaws too. Nevertheless, he was going to be instrumental in advancing God's purposes. We don't need to be perfect. We're not. But potentially, we can all play our part in furthering God's plans. Are we open to that? I hope so. And by the way, let's try to lay off the "I told you so's." Thanks for joining us. May the Lord bless you. Amen.